So for the Endlers Guppie Lab, I'm just scrolling down here to Endlers Guppies. I'm going to click Launch Model, but only after I read the directions, because in the directions for the PDF, it'll tell me what these different icons and things that I can adjust, what they all mean. All right, so what I'm going to do is get a Word document or pages or whatever you like to use. The title of it is going to be Endlers Guppie Lab. Your hypothesis is going to be something like, I predict that changing, and you'll fill in the blank there, will result in guppies with more spots. So the object is to try to get more spots on the male guppy tails. All right, so we want to increase that number of spots. So the first thing I'm going to do is simply change the number of pike to 2. And I'm going to hit go. And I'm going to let it run for 5 generations. So I'm just watching what happens over the course of 5 generations. This is going to be our baseline. All right, this is just our baseline. And then we're going to see what happens as we change things. So I hit go again to get it to stop. Now I have a baseline. Average number of spots is 5.07. So I'm looking at the bottom there in the yellow boxes, average number of spots. What I have found is it's most reliable to just refresh the page, and then I'm going to run the experiment again. So again, I'm going to change the number of pike to 2, and then I can just experiment. So I might increase the female preference, I might increase the rate of mutations, the frequency of spots, the brood size. I can change whatever those things are, let it run for 5 generations, and see if I can get that average number of spots to go up. All right, so each time I make a change, I'm just going to record that on my paper. I'm just going to say what I changed and then what the result was. And then for my conclusion, what I'm going to do is combine several of those changes to try to get the maximum number of spots. Sometimes the changes might make the spot number go down. I don't want to do those changes again. But sometimes the changes makes the spot numbers go up, and I do want to do those changes. So for example, I might change the female preference, and then I'll click go. Now, while you're watching this, you'll notice that the guppies, as they get close to the ground there, they become almost invisible to the predators. They're almost invisible to you. But their tails are very obvious. All right, their tails make them stick out. That means they're going to get eaten by the pike. Well, sometimes in nature, that's exactly what we have. Like, we have kind of competing forces acting against the changes in this population, the microevolution of it. So female preference is going to increase the frequency of tails with spots, but the predators are going to decrease the frequency of tails with spots. So they kind of work against each other. Anyway, you're going to want to record that data, and then you'll submit that lab.